1995, Dabwali, Haryana. 2004, Kumbakonam, Tamil Nadu. These are the names of places and dates which remind you of fire accidents in schools. 23rd December 1995. Barely 120 kilometers from Delhi. During a school function, a fire broke out in the tent, and within minutes, 300 children succumbed to death. Similarly, we heard news of accident from Kumbakonam in 2004, where 100 children were separated from their dear ones due to negligence in the school. These incidents shook the entire nation, which prompted the policymakers to sit back and formulate new strategies to prevent such accidents, especially fire accidents in schools, laying stress on their promotion and publicity. These incidents also made the schools, students, parents and policymakers to realize the necessity of including fire safety measures information in the curriculum of schools for the benefit of students. Keeping these factors in mind, DGCD Fire Cell conducted a thorough study and came out with a detailed plan to popularize and implement these, and took some constructive steps so that they could prepare schools and students to prevent such accidents. They also are ensuring that proper arrangements are put in place in schools all over India so that such incidents do not happen, and in case they do, the loss of life and material should be minimum or nil. In totality, the objective of the department is to keep the schools well informed about safety norms so that they can benefit from it. Let's first examine what were the possible causes of fire accidents in the above said schools. After an extensive research by experts, these were some of the reasons found. The school buildings were not constructed as per the existing buildings bylaws. Fire safety precautions were not implemented. Lack of knowledge and skills in using fire safety equipments. Ignorance of practicing regular fire drill exercises. Extensive use of inflammable materials in construction. Construction of temporary kitchen in proximity of the classrooms. Like any other disasters, incidents related to fire accidents require a comprehensive plan to counter it. Regarding schools, it is very important that teachers, students and parents should be well informed and aware of all the safety methods related to fire accidents. Knowledge about the problem itself is half the battle won. Therefore, it is very important to know about fire before talking about policies. We can understand fire by the concept of fire triangle. The concept of fire triangle. On one side is heat, which is the cause of fire. Other side is fuel, which helps propagate fire. And the third element is oxygen, which helps keeping fire alive. If you remove any one of the elements among the three, fire will immediately extinguish.
देखिए, आग एक रासायनिक प्रतिक्रिया है, हमारी फ्रेंड भी है, लेकिन अगर हमारे नियंत्रण से बाहर हो जाती है तो दुश्मन भी है। क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ फायर में हम 4 प्रकार की आग को बांटते हैं, विभाजित करते हैं। ए क्लास, बी क्लास, सी और डी क्लास। ए क्लास में हम सभी उन फायर्स को लेते हैं जो कूलिंग सिस्टम से बुझाई जाती हैं। बी क्लास लिक्विड फायर होती हैं जो पेट्रोलियम, ऑयल, केमिकल्स फायर्स, ऐसी फायर जो लिक्विड में होती हैं उन्हें हम बी क्लास फायर में। सी क्लास फायर में हम गैस फायर लेते हैं, चाहे वो सीवर से रिलेटेड हैं, वेल से रिलेटेड हैं या एलपीजी से रिलेटेड हैं। वे सभी गैस फायरिंग जो गैस से लगती हैं उन्हें हम सी क्लास फायर में मानते हैं। डी क्लास में मेटल्स फायर्स होती हैं, उसे हम लेते हैं। डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ फायर सेफ्टी एक्सटिंग्विशर्स क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ ए ज़्यादातर कूलिंग सिस्टम से बुझाई जाती हैं, जैसे पानी के द्वारा, या वाटर CO2 पोर्टेबल फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर्स, उसके द्वारा जो फायर लकड़ी, वुडन, पेपर्स और मटेरियल्स में होती हैं उन्हें हम कूलिंग सिस्टम के माध्यम से बुझाते हैं। बी क्लास फायर्स में हम जो है मैकेनिकल फोम, AFFF फोम्स और डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ फोम्स, जनरेटर्स, उनके माध्यम से हम बी क्लास फायर को कंट्रोल करते हैं।
सी टाइप फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर में हम शुष्क पाउडर और कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का प्रयोग करते हैं।
The fire department also uses the same principle. But remember, just by understanding fire does not imply that anyone can control fire. In order to tackle fire accidents, one needs to know many more things and also needs to do special training for it. Therefore, whenever a major fire breaks out, do not attempt to douse it yourself, but call the fire department immediately. Normally, in such cases, the worst affected are children and physically disabled people. And in schools, the first people to know about any incident related to fire is the administration. That is why they have a major role to play in safety mechanism. Now let us talk about the ways to tackle these type of accidents.
स्कूल के अंदर जो है फायर सेफ्टी इक्विपमेंट्स के लिए जो फर्स्ट एड फायर फाइटिंग इक्विपमेंट्स है, जैसे फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर्स, और अगर बिल्डिंग जो है ग्राउंड +1 से ऊपर है तो उसमें फिक्स फायर फाइटिंग इंस्टॉलेशंस का होना ज़रूरी है। लेकिन आजकल जो प्राय देखा जा रहा है कि एयर कंडीशन स्कूल जो है ज़्यादा आ रहे हैं, तो उसमें स्मोक डिटेक्टर्स और प्रॉपर वेंटिलेशन की सुविधा नियम अनुसार होनी चाहिए।
There are many dimensions of safety methods, but realistically, they should be simple and easy to understand. Secondly, they should be framed in such a way that in case the designated person is unavailable, then any other person can take his responsibilities easily. All these methods should be regularly evaluated by conducting mock drills. Like any major task, to successfully implement safety methods, one needs to have an efficient team. A complex situation demands a skilled approach to solve it.
क्योंकि जब कोई घटना घटती है तो उस समय शायद वहाँ पर कोई एडल्ट हो सकता है ना हो सकता है उसको आने में समय लगे, लेकिन अगर हमें बच्चों को ही ट्रेन किया हुआ है और बच्चों ने वो एक्सरसाइजेस की हुई होंगी तो उसमें हम ज़्यादा आसानी से उस चीज़ को टैकल कर सकते हैं बिना कोई कैजुअलिटी हुए, क्योंकि बच्चों को पता होगा कि उन्हें कहाँ जाना है, क्या करना है, क्योंकि वो ड्रिल्स बार बार करते रहते हैं। तो उस समय उनका जो प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड है वो काम करेगा और उस ड्रिल की वजह से वो सही स्टेप ले पाएंगे। स्कूलों खुद भी नज़र आ रहा है कि अगर बच्चों की जिम्मेदारी हमारी है तो ये भी ज़रूरी है कि हम उनका ध्यान रखें कि कभी इस तरह की सिचुएशन ना पैदा हो। तो उसके लिए फायर ड्रिल्स, फायर सेफ्टी मेजर्स, इक्विपमेंट स्कूल्स लगाने लगे हैं और आजकल के जो नए स्कूल्स हैं उनमें तो बहुत अच्छी सुविधाएं हैं फायर फाइटिंग के लिए। और बल्कि हमारे स्कूल में या हमारे जैसे और स्कूलों में फायर ड्रिल्स, इवैक्यूएशन ड्रिल्स जो है वो एक रूटीन है स्कूल का और जो एवरी 3 months या एवरी 6 months स्कूल्स कंडक्ट कराते हैं।
Similarly, to meet the complex problems in schools, one needs to have teams to fight fire accidents, which in case of accidents immediately take control in their designated areas and responsibilities so that loss to life and property is minimized. Who are the members of these teams or committees and how do they function? Every school should have the School Fire Management Committee, whose function will be to supervise and check on fire safety measures in school. The people who may be in this School Fire Management Committee are Chairperson, Administrators, Principal, Vice Principal, Headmaster or Headmistress, School Doctor, Senior Teachers, Student Representatives, Head Boy or Head Girl, Parents, other student leaders such as Section Head, NCC Cadets, Scouts and Guides, House Captains, etc. Apart from this, members from various government organizations like fire services, police, and health services may also be included. In each team, apart from main members, teachers and students are included in proportion to the number of students in school. All officials, teachers and students should be well aware of their responsibilities. From fire safety point of view, the following needs to be addressed and adhered to. Detailed information about the school emergency plan. Fire Safety Committee should be well versed with school building and a detailed map can also be prepared. Exit points from classrooms and whether classrooms are of concrete or mud. Doors in the rooms of official staff. Location of different laboratories in the school. How big is the playground? Detailed map of the school indicating the exit points in case of fire and also the place of reassembling. Evaluation of all the concrete structures along with the soft ones. In case of fire accident, what are the equipments available to combat it and what should be installed in schools? All possible vulnerable spots and precautions to be taken care of. Exit plans to be properly documented. Special arrangements for physically disabled and children to be made. Generator for electricity backup in case of failure in electric transmission. Ensure that all the exits are clear of any blockages. Ensure that no unwanted elements like bricks, glass, debris and electrical material is spread in the school premises. Check in the hallway for any obstruction like almirahs, bookshelves, which may hamper evacuation. There should be no substance hanging from ceiling, which can become the cause of fire. Ensure that no inflammable chemicals are stored in the premises. These and many more are the duties of the Management Committee. Now let us talk about the duties of various teams and their responsibilities. But before that, it is important to know which these teams are. The following teams may be constituted or designated: Awareness Team, Fire Alarm Team, Evacuation Team, Search and Rescue Team, First Aid Team, Firefighting Team, Site Safety Team, Transportation Team, Media Team.
The second places? With the tributaries are getting.
First of all, let us talk about the Awareness Team. This team is supposed to impart information regarding fire accidents to teachers or staffs and students. They have to tell how and why fire accidents happen and what methods one should apply to save oneself. This committee has to discuss and pinpoint all the fire safety factors and convey it to the entire school community. This team has to first organize all the tools required for creating awareness in the school. They have to collect all the relevant information related to fire safety and then convey it to the school teachers or staff and children. Collect, collate and develop IEC materials like posters, pamphlets, simple tips on do's and don'ts, painting, cartoons, organizing street plays or nukkad nataks, composing songs and poems, etc. Once the atmosphere for fire safety mechanism is in place, then the next step is to determine how the school should deal with the system. It is quite natural that in case of fire, the first step is to inform people about it. And that is the most significant and important job of the fire alarm team. Most importantly, this team is to ensure that all the fire equipments are in working order at all times. This team should also be able to operate all kinds of fire alarm system.
Fire, fire, fire. So, fire in the room.
During a fire incident, if you hear the fire alarm or announcement, then one should not panic or run. But follow fire monitor's instructions and move out in a single line and reassemble at a pre-designated place. This team should always have contact details and telephone numbers of local fire station, police station, health department, in the event of any accident. This team should be able to contact all these departments, and clear information is to be passed on to them regarding place of fire, time and nature. On the other hand, number of casualties to health department, if any. In order to escape from any mishap, there has to be an evacuation and rescue team in the school. This team has to be formed keeping in mind the number of teachers and students in the school. In this team, apart from teachers, students from senior and junior classes should be included, like from class 8th to 12th class. This team should have a pictorial map of the entire school premises so that they are aware of all the exit points in the school. They should have detailed information of the number of students in each class. This team should know how to safely evacuate children from classrooms in case of fire accidents. All the master keys of the school gates and doors to be kept in an accessible place, and the team members should know about the locations. should be well aware of the process by which they would help physically disabled people to be evacuated safely. In order to confront these kind of situations, they should be well versed with different kind of flags. For example, this red colored flag, which is used to express danger. Yellow colored flag, which means to be careful and to keep your cool. Green colored flag implies to leave classrooms in a line without creating panic. And in the end, this brown colored flag denotes where to go and assemble. In case of fire, the students should leave their classrooms and reassemble in the school ground and should wait there until further instructions are received. All schools should have a firefighting team. This team should know the method of using firefighting equipments. The method of operating the firefighting equipments is like this. First of all, you hold it like this. Press this knob like this to put it on. Then hold the knob like this right at the base of the fire. But do not go near the fire. Just stay afar like this and douse the fire. Members should practice to use these equipments from time to time and take the help of local fire station officials in this matter. At the time of accidents, it is possible that some children might get injured and they may need first aid immediately. To counter this problem, each school should have first aid kits, and along with that, they should have a first aid team. The first aid kit should be regularly inspected to see that required supplies are present and they have not expired. More importantly, this kit should contain medicines which are important for children in school. One more thing. This team has to regularly practice by mock drills so that in case of emergency, there should not be any casualty. Normally, at the time of an accident, we have seen crowds gather, which literally hamper the rescue operation. Apart from controlling crowds, it is important to keep in mind that fire brigade vehicles, ambulances should be able to reach without any problem in the vicinity. To meet such a situation, one needs to have a site safety team consisting of teachers and students whose responsibility is to ensure that rescue operation is conducted smoothly without any problems or delay. Its function is to ensure that the building is secured and that all external gates are locked well. Its duty is to keep the school fire management committee informed about the developments. The students should be released as per the established release policy. This team has to work in tandem with the search and rescue team. At the time of any incident, we have observed the movement of vehicle increases, thus making it mandatory for the school to monitor their movement. For this, a transportation team is required in each school. This team has the responsibility to ensure that all children are released as per the emergency procedure and that they reach their homes safely. We are aware that the news of any incident travels very fast due to media. Therefore, it becomes necessary that the correct news reaches the concerned people, and for this, media team is required in every school. It is the responsibility of this team to deliver correct and factual information to the people. This team should have all the important telephone numbers of all the sources and also should be well acquainted with what and how to deliver. The main objective of the media team is to reassure and pacify all concerned. Incidents like Davali and Kumbakonam should not happen again, and for that, the school management will have to be vigilant and perform their respective duties efficiently. It is the duty of all schools in India to regularly practice and keep an eye on fire or on any disaster safety mechanism, because these are not merely exercises but a responsibility which has a bearing on the lives of many.
ये जिम्मेदारियां केवल जिम्मेदारियां ही नहीं बल्कि मौत और जीवन के बीच की दूरियां भी हैं और निश्चय ही ये सुनिश्चित करेगी कि देश के स्कूलों में आग जैसी दुर्घटना हो ही ना, अगर हो भी जाए तो उसमें जान माल की क्षति कम से कम हो।